see you.
Good to see you too. Hell, right when I think my program is starting to take a little bit of shape and I start to make a few gains in the vein of losing some fat because I'm about to shoot my show, you show up and I feel like I should have worn a long sleeve shirt or I'm doing it wrong. What's up? How do you always stay in shape?
I gotta say first, I love your periodically you text to me going, what the? What the? Because I put up something or I just trained or did something or lifted something and you're like, so wish I'd stone cold slam you right now. So thank you for those.
Well, I was just messing around with you.
I love it.
Hey man, go ahead.
No, I just, I love this stuff. Which leads me into a ton of, you got tons of questions. I got tons of questions too, because my fans are your fans. I'd even say more so, my fans are more your fans than they're my fans.
No, there's a crossover. I mean, just because, man, I was a professional wrestler for, give or take 14 years. But, I was always a fan of bodybuilding, powerlifting. Of course, you kind of bridge the gaps with your bodybuilding stuff, all the stuff with American Gladiators, a little bit of mixed martial arts in the background mix. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we kind of cross-pollinate or just share a common interest, and also our love of dogs. But we're not here to talk about dogs. We're here to talk about nutrition, working out, the balance, and the commitment, because it's a commitment.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons I think you're so consistent is because of, it's part of your lifestyle, is how you make a living, put food on the table. And you're committed to that healthy lifestyle, just always grinding in the gym, 100%, always grinding on diet, about 100%. I mean, genetically gifted, but genetics will only get you so far. When you put in the work and you put in, the nutrition, that's a winner. Me, when it's off season, man, I go on the south side, start throwing down in margaritas. All of a sudden, I got a shoot date. So now I'm trying to catch up. But before we get into our conversation, let's talk about how we're going to do this, because I knew you were coming over, and I always like to talk with guys like you who have so much knowledge because it's what you do. So I wrote down some questions, and I've been doing this a long time, but guys like me don't do well training themselves or trying to figure out the nutrition. And you also sent out something on your Instagram account, which is Mike O'Hearn. People, we're going to do a podcast. If you've got any questions, we'll provide answers. So you guys have some questions
Great
as well,
ones,
right?
Yeah, great ones.
And so I've added another microphone. Jeff joins in on the conversation to help Mike out, asking all the questions that y'all sent to his Instagram account. And if you want some motivation, go to his Instagram account and see how jacked up and been training his ass off. Go to my account and watch me ride four-wheelers and stuff like that. Hey, before we get cranked up, how about the website? I see you're doing. You've got a nutrition app. You've got a Fit Plan app. You got your 30-day blitz, your online personal training. You're doing all kinds of stuff. Tell me about these new apps, because were these apps around the last time we talked?
No, they weren't. And great research. So we have teamed up. You can get my workouts worldwide, and I pay attention to you and your progress. And then my nutrition app is ridiculous. I'm telling you, and you know this. What's more important, nutrition or training?
They go hand in hand, but if you want to look good, nutrition.
Okay. So the nutrition is ridiculous. It's something, if you don't want to do red meat, or you don't want to do this or that, or you want to do a carnivore diet, or you want to do a vegan diet, or whatever it is, or you have allergies, this thing and my team work out that we set you up on the right nutrition, and then we change it every 2 weeks. So it's something that's advanced, and it's great. Now I can seriously work with people worldwide.
So what does it consist of? If you're talking about all these different kinds of diets, are you a proponent of the carnivore system?
I am a guy that believes in any diet that you'll stay with, I can get you in shape.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Hey man, I tried that carnivore diet, man. It wore my teeth out after 3 days. I said no mas.
You tried it?
Yeah, I gave it a shot, man. It's
okay.
just, to me, it was just too limiting. I do like a couple of carbs. I got to watch my carbs. I just can't go all over the place. But I do like a little bit of variety. And that being said, I mean, being a guy, my wife loves to cook. But if it's just me, man, I'm down with a 2-course meal, a protein and a carb. Or if it's later on in the day, protein, a little bit of fat. But just eating a steak. When you'd have told me if I was in Tennessee wrestling when I was in the beginning, hey, Steve, and I was starving, we're going to sign you up to eat steaks every single meal of the day. I said, where do I sign up? But
Right.
after doing it, to me, it was too extreme. Have you ever tried it?
I have, but I believe in that. I can't speak about this, and this is where the level I am at. I can't speak about any nutrition plan unless I do it and understand it. And so my whole career, I've tried every single diet there is. But I always go back to, and I hate this, but carbohydrates is such a key thing for your body. And I know that people, as they get older, they get more scared and stay away from it, but it's the one thing that's kept me healthy.
How many carbs just in general?
It depends on if I'm cutting up for a show or a contest or a guest posing or in my off season getting strong, but I'll go from anywhere from 400 grams down to 50 grams depending on what I am trying to do and accomplish. But more than anything else, it's the body understanding what carbohydrates do and me not changing how the body functions. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that as we get older, we get more and more scared, and so we stay away from it. And then when you go back to it, the body freaks out, and so you don't give it enough time to go, no, this is what the carbohydrates do. This is how it works with your body. And we don't give it enough time. People just don't have that kind of patience.
I always, the few times when I tried the carnivore diet, that lasted a couple of days, so I didn't need, much in the way of, trying to get back into my other system. But when I went keto for a little bit, hey, that was highly effective. But all of a sudden, I ain't gonna live keto forever. It just ain't, man. All of a sudden, you drop your carbs back in, you get some rebound.
Boom.
So, I think I think it's cool that you said I can't speak to it if I ain't never done it. Because a lot of people just whatever. I can tell you, I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. I like a steak every now and then, but a steak for every single meal, too much.
One thing I do is when I travel and give lectures and I'm with the other doctors and people that are talking about nutrition, then you kind of set it up in a way and you go, okay, so this is what you would do for you at your stage. And this is what I recommend to people. Okay, now what are you going to tell a 15-year-old kid? You're going to tell them to do a carnivore diet? Not one doctor is going to say yes. Not one doctor is going to say do keto. Because there's a point where your body's functioning at such a high rate that it still knows how to utilize all this stuff. And you're also growing. But at some point, we shut that down and go, all right, we're 25, we're 30, we're 35. We got to shut that down instead of just trying to stay consistent and trying to teach it.
Hey, before we get into it, I know you have an affiliation, a relationship with Icon Meals. Now,
Todd.
I also see you online doing some chef work with some of you guys over here and there, making nutritious meals that also taste good. So, where are you at on that? Is the Icon stuff more for you when you're out on the road, or are you eating those things every single day? Because I'm doing my meal prep, and I can see the value and why the Icon stuff would be so good, but are you eating that stuff every day?
I do. Icon's 24/7, but we also try to understand that not everybody wants to do pre-made meals and stuff like that. So we also show them the option. And if you saw anything as of late, we got to work with Chef Rush. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my gosh, he used to work at the White House. He was a chef, but man, he's got 22-inch arms and just a beast, a military guy. But we got to cook up some great steaks from Piemontese, and Mark Bell got me onto those guys. And Mark's a huge carnivore guy. But no, we try to teach people that you can cook it up at home. You can meal prep. We just we don't run into that time that we have, that meal prep time, because we're traveling. And I'm surprised that you can meal prep, as busy as you are.
Well, like if I go out on the road filming my show, man, I'll go to Sunday's barbecue and just get a bunch of chicken breasts, and then I'll just kind of lay back on the carbs. So it's kind of I just make it work for me.
You make great decisions.
Well, yeah, you can make it's all about
yeah.
well, the road. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Icon stuff, or if you can bring that stuff or get it shipped to where you're going, that's probably your ace in the hole. But man, where there's a will, there's a way. You can look at any kind of menu and make something work. I mean, you roll through McDonald's if you got to, get you a hamburger and throw everything away but the meat. I mean, don't jump off some fries. It just got too much grease in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Now, do you want to stay like that? No, but as a means to an end to get you through where you got to go, just make the right decisions.
And we travel more than most.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
you
trying.
and
I don't want to
you-
travel too much anymore.
I
but
know,
when
I know,
do-
but man, there's nobody travels more than wrestling. As much as I've traveled, and I guest pose almost every other weekend and stuff, or lectures and stuff, but that's still not even half the traveling that you did. And so I can't imagine the beat down. First of all, nutrition wise, and trying to recover while you're wrestling and exercising, and then trying to stay on a healthy plan. That's got to be.
Well, back in those years, your body, as you were kind of alluding to earlier, talking about that 15-year-old, what that person's going to eat. Oh, and don't throw them on carnivore. No, man, back when you're 25, 30, and highly active, going to the gym, being in that tense workout that you get from being in a ring, and just never sitting down, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
But once you get more sedentary, and I don't think it's always about the age, but it's about what you do with your activity. But and again, one more question before we get into the real questions. I saw you on your Instagram account, which is very informative and very